course. Order it and see looking forward to tomorrow morning at participating U.S. Wendy's here in Bristol, Arizona.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Blindstorm. The Dodgers dug out of an early hole to beat the Reds. The Angels shut out the Royals behind Shohei Ohtani's career night on the mound. The Lakers are reportedly the biggest outside threat to land net star Kyrie Irving, but Kyrie will need to take a $30 million pay cut. And the Avalanche are one win away from the Stanley Cup title after a Game 4 overtime victory over the Lightning. Nazem Kadri notched the controversial game winner. I'm the Jordan.
Do you need new blinds or shades? Blindspur.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retail. Blindspur blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. Don't overpay for new blinds. Shop Blindspur today and stay safe. Blindspur.com.
When we hook up Digital Duncan, playtime is over. Digital Duncan doesn't get. Digital Duncan knows what's wrong. When your AC breaks down, call Jeff. DOE DTF. We'll keep your cool, so it's hard to spell.
Hey, all, it's Steve Sharp. Are you looking to sell your home in 2022? Well, congratulations. That's a big deal. For most of us, it's the biggest deal of all. So let's make sure you get everything out of it that you can. Before you get ready to list, make sure you call the good folks at Revive. Revive's business is to maximize your home sale value. How? By guiding you through market-critical upgrades before you sell. It's like flipping your own home, except Revive fronts the cost and guarantees the result. Yeah, you heard me right. No money out of pocket and a higher selling price guaranteed. You can list higher and sell faster in just a few short weeks. In fact, the average homeowner sees $160,000 in additional profit. This is a no-brainer. Revive has created an easy, stress-free way to maximize your greatest asset, your home. So are you thinking about selling? Well, you can settle or you can see what's possible. To get started, visit iloverevive.com. That's iloverevive.com.
Check the mail for Valpak, and you could be an instant winner. That's right. Tucked in with those coupons is your chance to win big. From cash and gift cards to attraction and concert tickets. Every month it's something new with prizes for the whole family. Go ahead, open that blue envelope of savings to see if you won. Because with Valpak Instant Win, there's nothing to buy or do to cash in. Just thousands of real winners win real prizes, no strings attached. No purchase necessary, void or prohibited. Prizes are randomly inserted. See specially marked Valpak envelopes for details.
Hey, Conway here. Let's talk about water and money, because both are pretty scarce right now. So what do you spend on bottled water every month? Like $50 a month? So nothing down, and only $25 a month. Water, whole house water filtration, conditioning, and descaling system. It comes with a free alkaline water system and free installation. And if that wasn't enough, you get free annual testing, unlimited service calls, and lifetime servicing. Get pure water from your tap with no chemicals and nothing down for just $45 a month. That's only 7 lattes. You can do that, right? Oh, and did I mention you own the system? Go online and look up Purigan Water. Their 5-star reviews are everywhere. Nothing wrong with this fresh water. I've had Purigan for about a year now, and I love that my family's safe from harmful chemicals. Pretty cool, right? So dump the bottles, call 844-80-WATER, 844-80-WATER, or the website, PURagainWater.com. PURagainWater.com. That's PuriganWater.com.
Hey, it's Steve Gregory. Join me every Saturday for Unsolved, where we talk with investigators about cold cases, challenging cases, even the most wanted. And the interviews aren't only interesting, they're making an impact.
The word is getting out there, because I can tell you, Steve has this prepared on your show and so we taking tips on our line.
Listen on air, online, or download the podcast. It's the only show of its kind in Southern California.
Unsolved with Steve Gregory. Next Saturday at 8 on KFI.
I know you just sang In Love With Me in your car. I know you did. KFI AM 640 loud everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. This is your wake-up call for a Thursday, little Friday Eve action. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. And some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom, some rainfall records have been broken. The National Weather Service says those thunderstorms that swept through SoCal yesterday actually broke daily rainfall records in Long Beach, Lancaster, and Palmdale. Not a big surprise, though, to meteorologists, because it never rains in Southern California on June 22nd.
So Palmdale and Lancaster's previous records were a big fat 0. In Long Beach, the previous record was a trace of rain in 1967. How the hell do you measure a trace of rain? What does that mean? Like you got a drop or two on you and you weren't sure if it was rain or if a bird had just flown over. Is that a trace? Also, sad story though coming out of the weather was this lightning strike that killed a woman and her 2 dogs in Pico Rivera. It also blew apart the concrete path that she was standing on. Pico Rivera city manager Steve Carmona said people should be cautious even if there's a only 1 in a million chance of being hit by lightning.
Be safe. Be careful. Be mindful of lightning strikes throughout the region. Stay indoors as much as you can and just be careful.
The National Weather Service says about 10% of people who are hit by lightning are killed. Storm data also shows that from 2009 to 2018, an average 27 people were killed each year by lightning, but that's across the country. All right, let's get into your biz bites this morning. J.P. Morgan Chase has laid off hundreds of employees. Why is this? This is in response to the spike in mortgage rates that really have just rocked the housing market. And the J.P. Morgan put out a statement that says our staffing decision was a result of cyclical changes in the mortgage market. Now, what they weren't able to do, which was good, was proactively move many impacted employees to new kind of roles, I guess, within the firm. So that helped them not have to let everybody go. But there are some reports this morning about 1,000 people had to be let go. If you think about mortgage rates, they're rising at the fastest pace since 1987, and the Fed is trying to tame that inflation, but it's hurting demand for new mortgages, and it's hitting the lucrative refinancing business as well. Think about refinancing. It was all we could talk about at the start of the pandemic, because you had interest rates so just jinky. I mean, there was everybody and their uncle was trying to figure out if you could do a refi. We did. I mean, everybody did. Why wouldn't you? You heard those numbers, you'd be crazy not to, right? Well, now those mortgage rates are right back up there. So see you later, refinancing market. Mortgage rates, or you have fewer people in the market now, so it only makes sense that they're doing it. Now, when it comes to the size of these mortgages, I thought this was interesting. The Mortgage Bankers Association's latest weekly mortgage application survey, who knew there was one, shows the average size of a loan was $422,100 for the week ending June 17th, which I know is laughable considering what the prices are here in California. But that is up just slightly from $419,000 the week before, but it's down significantly from the $460,000 that was on the record for the survey ending March 18th. So if you think about it, across the country, it's dropped almost $40,000. On average of the price that people are going in to try and get a mortgage. Also pretty big, Toyota's global production cut. This is all because of the semiconductor shortage. It still lingers. These supply chain disruptions are still out there. And Toyota's cutting its production plan next month by about 50,000 vehicles. And 550,000 overseas. But now they say they're going to have to cut that by 50,000, which is a pretty big chunk of that. Have you ever been to Los Alamos County, New Mexico? It has ranked the healthiest community in America for the 3rd time. Now, the healthiest community rankings are based on an evaluation of 3,000 communities nationwide, and they look at things like health and health-related metrics, education, infrastructure, population health. And for the first time, it explores factors related to natural disasters and climate equity. And they said when they looked at this, it helped CVS figure out the best way to collaborate with communities to come up with sustainable solutions and advance health equity, which absolutely makes sense. If you were a drugstore and you needed to know what every specific community needed, or what we need more allergy medication in this specific area, or we need more, we have a population that needs to be vaccinated against COVID-19 more in this area, or something like that, you would then know what to stock in your CVS. But according to this, Los Alamos County, New Mexico, which sits in the mountains about 35 miles from Santa Fe, clocked in as the healthiest community in America for the third year in a row. And I feel kind of mad about this because I didn't even know it got that ranking for any of the first years. But here's what stinks, is that California is not on the list at all in the top 10 healthiest communities across the nation. Now, when they broke it down into the top 5 communities for things like access to healthcare, California was not on that, which I was like, wait, there's healthcare on every corner. Apparently not. The top 5 communities for mental health, though, number 2 was Santa Clara County in Northern California. Number 3, San Mateo County, also in Northern California. But I didn't see anything Southern California on this list, which makes me a little bit nervous and makes you think to yourself, okay, what do we need to do to make our areas more accessible, first off, in Southern California for healthcare, but also, how do we make it for mental health? That is such a huge, huge thing that is getting a spotlight put on it, really, for the first time. In this last decade, I have been so impressed by how much more mental health has come to the surface. And, you know, fewer and fewer people are nervous about the stigma that goes along with getting mental health help. And, but if we don't have good access to it, or we're not doing a good job promoting it, what good is it if it's out there, but nobody can either get it, or they're not being shown, here are the avenues that you can go through to get it. And finally, Airbnb is giving out $10 million because they want you to create the craziest bookable properties around the world. It's part of the OMG fund. Did you know that Airbnb had an OMG fund? I didn't either. But they want to help 100 people finance their craziest ideas and turn them into actual Airbnbs. So it's looking for ideas from existing and aspiring designers, architects, DIYers, and makers from around the globe. They say they have ideas like a UFO house or a potato house. Don't ask. I don't know. They said in 2021, more than 30,000 unique listings across the world were added to Airbnb, and so the company launched this OMG category especially for them. So they've got an expert panel that's going to go over your ideas of originality, feasibility, experience, and the space, and they say which one will provide the guests all of that, as well as sustainability will be part of this OMG category. You have to submit by July 22nd. You can just go to airbnb.com, and each winner gets $100,000 to make their creation possible and ultimately bookable, says Airbnb. So if you've ever had an idea for something crazy that you think would be a showstopper for people on Airbnb, $100,000 might be in your future. All right, when we come back, we are going to talk with ABC's crime and terrorism analyst Brad Garrett. As Congress goes over these bipartisan gun legislation ideas, the question remains, great, let's say they get passed, but just how effective will any of these new ideas in this legislation actually be? Also, I want to have Brad break down some of the new information coming out about the lack of law enforcement response to the shooting in Uvalde, Texas. Also, don't forget now that school's police chief, Pete Arredondo, who was in charge of things that day, he's been suspended. So we'll squeeze all of that in with Brad in just a few minutes. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places. We've got problems that continue this morning on the 710.
In Long Beach on the southbound side, past the 405, around Wardlow or before Willow, it is a fatality crash investigation that does continue for your drive. 3 right lanes are shut down, and that's why you're seeing a really rough ride for the drive on the southbound side of the 710. From at least as far back as Del Amo Boulevard. Plan ahead for the 110 or the 605. Both of those are looking good, heading southbound off the 91 as you make way toward the 405 and beyond. As surface streets to the west of the 710, Alameda will definitely help you out. To the east of the 710, Cherry's looking pretty good. KFI and the Sky helps get to there faster. I'm Nick Poliokini.
Hey, it's Conway here, and we're highlighting the loved ones, mentors, and role models who make the world brighter. Some of the best things in life come with age, like wisdom, experience, and a lot of great stories. I'd like to share a story about a Burbank teacher named Linda Walmsley. Linda was born and raised in Burbank, California. Very smart, very funny, could have gone on to do anything and big, huge things anywhere in the world. And what did she decide to do? She decided to stay in Burbank and teach elementary school. Well, she recently retired after her 48th year at Roosevelt Elementary in Burbank, California. So Linda Walmsley, from everybody in Burbank and from all your former students, thank you. Do you have a story of your own you'd like to share, or do you have a story about someone special that made a positive impact on you and your community? Visit calstories.org today to submit your story or the story of someone who inspired you. That's calstories.org. Brought to you by the California Department of Aging.
SoCal weather from KFI, not quite as weird as yesterday, but we have a lingering weird out there, so don't be surprised if you get one more thunderstorm or a slight shower this morning. Otherwise, though, it's going to get more normal later in the day, actually warmer than it was yesterday, so we should see highs at the beaches. Those will stay about the same. We'll just be in the 70s there, but those Metro LA and OC temperatures, those will be in the 80s, right around 90, and again, inland, that's where it's going to be really hot, with temperatures in the 90s to right around 100. And it looks like we're going to stay in the 90s to near 100 as we head into the weekend. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Hey, it's Neil. I was at a grocery store the other day, and I had to bag my ridiculously expensive groceries myself. Later, I paid over $6 a gallon in gas that I pumped myself. Can't stand lousy customer service. So when my home needed new windows, we called American Vision Windows. They did a spectacular job with personal and attentive customer care. The owners, Bill and Kathleen, had such a horrible experience when they replaced their own windows. They started their own company. 20 years later, they're still beautifying homes like mine. For a limited time, they're offering a whole house of windows for $99 a month or free expert installation. Restrictions apply. CSLB number 778326. Trust the window company that I trust, my family trusts. American Vision Windows. Call them, get a free estimate. 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or visit AmericanVisionWindows.com.
Owen Patterson and Owen has recovered over $10 billion for accident victims. Every person requires layers of expertise and experience to present results. Owen Patterson and Owen is background. Call 888-OPO-WIN. Only do. OPOLaw.com.
If you've been thought about taking cash out of your home, there's only one number to call. 1-800-CASH-OUT. With Strong Home Mortgage, you have options. Pay off debt, renovate your home, or create a safety net for the unexpected. And you can keep your low-rate mortgage. We'll show you how. Call 1-800-CASH-OUT or visit 1-800-CASHOUT.com. 1-800-CASH-OUT. Your equity unleashed. Strong Home Mortgage, LLC, NMLS number 1675638. Loans made or arranged pursuant to a California financial law license regulated by DFCI. Loans subject to qualification, equal housing lender.
The experts at Amco have been fixing cars for almost 60 years. Over that time, they've gotten more complex than ever. That's why our techs undergo rigorous training and certification, so they can fix anything, including the most complicated repairs that come with some of the latest technology. After 60 years, there's nothing we haven't seen or fixed. It's how we know cars inside and out. AA, MCO. Check engine light on? We'll check it for free.
This is Jacob and Ronnie. If you've been in an accident, call 844-24-JACOB. KFI AM 640.
iHeart radio station.
More